Imagine escaping from a death match on the last moment and then seeing the future right before your eyes. Well, that's what happened to Kashin Koji. According to the leaked spoilers of 2 Blue Vortex chapter 13, a lot of big reveals have been made, from my predictions coming true to some new mysteries popping up. So let's dissect the early spoilers of the 13th chapter, starting from the cover page, which has been conquered by Boruto this time. I guess it was obvious considering how big of a role he played in the last chapter, but what's even crazier is that he gets his hands cuffed by Konohamaru, which means he's officially under Konoha's custody right now. The interesting part is that he has a secret connection to the Hokage. Boruto could escape easily from this troubled situation, but I think the situation is so worse now that he may now be asking for a direct and official collaboration from Konoha. Also, Konohamaru handcuffing him at his own shows that how unwilling he must be to hear Boruto's side, who literally saved him moments ago. Yet he decides to arrest him, thinking he did something big. Well, Boruto also puts on his headband after some talk, and this gesture reflects the same energy that he shows in the prologue sequence against Kawaki. No matter how they wanna perceive him or how unreliable they find him, he will always stay steadfast on his shinobi agenda as well as the will of fire. Now the next major reveals are something that I have been saying from a long time. The claw marks are code are not from Ishiki but Shibai or Suzuki. This is something that I have mentioned plenty of times, and I'm genuinely thrilled to see this being the case. Ishiki was never seen using claw marks, and if you have seen this video of mine, you must be knowing what I'm talking about. There was some Suzuki whose Shinjutsu was given to power up code, and now it seems like it was Shibai all along. So Amado was experimenting with the godly cells behind Ishiki's back, and Koji knew everything. He even reveals all the Kara members were amped by Shibai's remains, which again raises the possibility for this theory to come true that I discussed months ago. In a nutshell, Boruto, Kawaki and Code have been given a specific power of Shibai, and that's why their fate is so interconnected. If you pay attention, all of them had some hand in messing up each other's destiny, something that doesn't usually happen within a trio, and it might be because all of them are connected through the cells of Shibai. Okay, so the next reveal is also something that we have already predicted long time ago. Hidari is back, and it seems like Jura must have used his soul thorn bulb to carry his revival. Furthermore, all the Shinjus seem to assemble, but there is a twist. There is apparently a new Shinju who looks a lot like Shinki, and his origins for now are unknown. Well, if it's actually Shinki, then I see the Jura being Gaara theory that I discussed long ago also coming true. We haven't been informed about the situation of the other villages, so it's hard to say if the Clawgrime attack was limited to Konoha or the other nations as well. It could be that the strongest shinobis of the Sand Village succumbed to the unexpected attack, which led to the formation of the most powerful student-teacher duo in Shinju form. Now you could question if Jura is actually Gaara. Assuming the new Shinju is Shinki, how would it make sense for Jura to go after Kurama? The bond between Gaara and Naoto explained why Jura may have made the Hokage his prey, but now his focus has shifted to Himawari, and I think there is actually a better explanation to that. As we know from the anime, Himawari and Shukaku shared a special bond for some episodes, and now that she is the wielder of a Biju power, the Shinju avatar of Shukaku's Jinchuriki is planning to devour her. In other words, Jura is mostly made from Tail Beast energy, so now he's seeking more Biju power to charge himself. This leaves us with a very intriguing mystery. Who will be the prey of this new Shinju? And regardless whether he's Shinki or not, it will be interesting to see what Kishimoto is planning to do with him. Talking about the revival of Hidari, I knew his comeback is very likely to happen cause he is the key to Sarada's character development. So let's get back to the spoilers for now. Coming on to the most interesting part, the flashback sequence of Boruto and Kashin Koji will have some long conversation revealing a lot of details, including the ones about Shibai and Shinjutsu that I just mentioned. But the most exciting one describes the aftermath of the Ishiki fight, as a new and important detail has just been revealed. Kashin Koji saw a glimpse of future after escaping from the Ishiki fight, where he saw the major events of the story, like Baryon mode Naruto fighting the Otsutsuki, Code awakening the Clawgrimes, either activating omnipotence, as well as the worst possible future that Boruto always mentions. Apparently every event that he saw has perfectly taken place, and now the thing from the glimpse of future that he's trying to avoid is obviously the worst part. The medium that connects us with this infamous worst possible future has already happened, the awakening of the living conscious god trees, the Shinjus. So a few things are clear by now. The reason Ishiki called Kashin Koji the Star of Change was because he was about to bring a change in the stars. He is destined to prevent the worst possible future from happening by bringing a change for the better. But something that ain't adding up to Koji's endeavor is the situation of Konoha from the prologue scene. If the village is about to undergo destruction anyway, then why is the duo trying so hard to change the stars in their favor? Well, I believe Boruto will be able to prevent the worst possible future that Koji has foreseen, but what he won't be able to stop is the unexpected rampage of Kawaki, something that no one saw coming. So how did Koji have a glimpse of future at first place? Well, it may have something to do with the genes of Shibai or Suzuki, as he could have been modified with them as well. Now this is where a few inconsistencies pop up. Code is said to be modified with Shibai cells too, but we could see him changing his target after omnipotence. This shouldn't be the case if he was actually possessing the godly DNA, and if Kashin Koji does have the Otsutsuki genes, which doesn't even matter at this point since he already saw the omnipotence happening before it actually occurred, but he should technically be immune to either spell too. Or it could be that he was programmed by Amado to have this glimpse of future. Well, that's a theory for another day, so make sure to subscribe to not miss that. Talking about the flashback panel, Boruto could be seen with his time skip hairstyle, and his hair is looking longer than the time when we last saw him. This means he definitely spent some time alone after losing Sasuke. And looking at how surprised he seems upon seeing Koji, it seems like he doesn't remember the old man even though he has met him before. Maybe it's the first time he saw him without a mask, or he simply forgot about him. After all, it has been a long time since their first meeting. Boruto even saw him fighting Ishiki through Amado's projection, but one thing is clear, that he never saw him without a mask. As for this scene where he apparently reverse summoned him to Orochimaru's abandoned hideout, I think he met him prior to this scene, and without any proper introduction, he teleported him to this place, as the outside world was not that safe for him. The reason I think it has something to do with safety has to do with Koji's assertion of using Genjutsu to conceal this hideout. Now if this turns out to be true, then it's very likely for Kashin Koji to know something for which he could be killed, or most likely turned off by Amado. The scientist must have some shutdown code for him, and he's apparently assuming at this moment that Koji is dead. But as I have said 100 times before, Jiraiya's genes determined the fate of his clone, which is why he ended up with Boruto. Now something more that I would like to add on this genetic fate scene of Kashin Koji comes from the anime where Jugo says that not everything is decided by genes, and some paths are meant to be predestined, otherwise some things will lose the excitement and fun. So Koji foreseeing the future after the Ishiki incident wasn't something in the genes of Jiraiya, it's something that came to the cyborg out of nowhere, and this is what makes his destiny interesting. Some more things about the sneak peek panel include Koji's ability to find Boruto, something that not even the great nations could have accomplished, was done by the cyborg all alone. It has been revealed that the toad that Boruto uses is actually a scientific ninja tool that he uses to communicate with Boruto. This means every time this toad has talked to the prodigy, it was actually Koji using it as a medium. I might be mistaken, as there are some points that make this concept a bit confusing, so we should wait for the full chapter before jumping on to judgments. Furthermore, Orochimaru was mentioned as well. His abandoned hideout is being used by Koji to hide from the entire world. This enhances the possibility of their reunion, as the visions of Koji are mysterious, and he must have been in need of a helping hand to figure out things better. It was established in the anime that Orochimaru knew Victor from Kara, and it has been plenty of times hinted in the manga that the Byakugo seal lore could return, as it shared a huge resemblance to the Kama seal, with the most knowledgeable person in this field being Orochimaru. So I do believe that his role is to beat his rival in science, Amado, who has been acting all mischievous by doing stuff like giving Shinjutsu to his cyborgs and planning to revive his daughter, which may be a decoy to some evil scheme. A theory that I think could work out here is Amado being Kawaki's grandfather, who's trying to revive his daughter Akebi. This would make Akebi the mother of Kawaki, explaining why Delta and him are teamed together. It's a strategic foreshadowing, teasing what's about to come. Moreover, they even share the same skill manipulation technique, with Kawaki modifying his arm and Delta weaponizing her leg. Maybe Amado did some massive successful experiment on his daughter, which is how she actually died, and now he's using Kawaki to revive her, not because the Kama revives all Suzuki's, but due to the fact that they both share the same DNA. This explains why the only way to bring Akebi back is Kawaki, again hinting at their biological connection. I have explained some more bits of this theory in this video, and I will soon bring a full video on this topic alongside some more spoiler stuff. So check out this video right now and make sure to subscribe to never miss anything from my side. I will see you next time.